Hey guys, Hell's First here. I wanted to take a minute and talk about PvP in Corepunk because from what I can tell, it's going to be one of the greatest parts of the entire game. And so what I've done is kind of ask around the Discords and see who everyone thinks will be the best at PvP, as well as I'm going to answer a couple questions of what people might want to know about PvP, at least the ones I've been asked quite a bit. So if you like these videos, please like and subscribe, help me out so I can make more content here. And without further ado, let's get into what PvP in Corepunk is going to be all about. So one of the things that you need to remember in Corepunk is that you can flag PvP on and off. And this does not mean that you are going to be able to just not have anybody attack you just because you turn the flag off. No, that's not going to matter at all. What's going to matter is that if they kill you, they're going to become a criminal. And if they're a criminal, someone else can attack them without becoming a criminal. Now, I don't know how long that time period is going to be, or it's going to be permanent. I don't think it's going to be permanent. I don't know. It hasn't fully, at least I haven't fully grasped how that part is going to work. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of cooldown, some sort of quest you can do to get rid of it. I know there will if you kill a low enough player person and you become that much of a criminal, but I don't know how the karma system is going to affect that just yet. Anyways, though, so that means when you're out in the world, someone can kill you at any time. However, something that's nice to know is, say you're playing a glass cannon, you know, a straight up DPS, and you're in a group and you guys are farming some crazy mob, you know, that drops this piece of gear you've been looking for the last 2 weeks, and it's finally your time. You know what's going to happen, you know what's going to drop, you're feeling it, everything's lining up, it's becoming a perfect boss kill, and out of nowhere a fucking group shows up and just starts tagging you and beating the hell out of you while you're trying to kill this thing. Well, taunts work in PvP just like they do in PvE, which is incredible. So what I'm assuming happens there is when you taunt, they can't possibly target anybody but the person who taunted. Therefore, letting the glass cannons get the hell out of there and not have to worry about getting ganked. You're going to lose your farming spot, you're going to lose the chance to get your kill, but at least you're going to survive and get away and not possibly drop a piece of gear. Now, something else that I touched on in the professions video for the social profession of the hitman, well, you literally can be assigned a hit or given a hit by any other player in the game. So say someone keeps murdering you at that farming spot and you're kind of pissed off because it's been happening over and over and over again and you're just done with it. You don't want to deal with it anymore, and you're like, you know what, I want this guy to pay. I want to go ahead and put him down. Well, you can actually put a hit out on him and pay whoever does the job for you, which I think is one of the coolest things to be ever added into a game. It's awesome. Completely amazing. I mean, come on, guys. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever heard? So that's going to be pretty sweet. Now, on top of that, you're going to be able to gank someone 5v1. There is no penalty. If 5 people decide to kill one person, there's no penalty whatsoever. It's part of the game. And this is going to lead to you having to make friends, you having to know who you're playing with, and to make sure you have a game plan if you get jumped. Also, it's going to lead to parties going out and hunting other parties or farming spots and just, I mean, it's going to be great. Now, me personally, if I was in a group at a farming spot and we were waiting for the spawn and we wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get messed up or someone wasn't going to have a huge fight against us, I'd have one of us stay at the spot and the other 3 in the group be spread out to where they can see me, but they're hidden. And then they'd ambush whoever tries to attack us. And I think that would be really fun. That would just be one of my ideas for defense when trying to go in and farm a spot. But moving forward, everybody is curious over which heroes and which subclass of the hero is going to be the best at PvP. So what I can deduce from everyone in the Discord talking and following social media and following other people's YouTube, just to see what everybody thinks is going to be the best. And here's what I've come to the conclusion of. There's three. There's the Infiltrator, which is obviously under the Bomber Hero. There's the Shaman, which is under the Warmonger Hero. And then there's the Destroyer, which is part of being a champion hero. Now I'm going to go into detail and show exactly why these things are what you want. So the Shaman is for his good single target damage, and then it's got the point and click jump, which is going to allow you to get away or get in their face super fast. He's got resistance removal, so he's going to be great at just making them not be able to stop what you're doing or to stop your buddies from killing them. He's got a huge point and click stun and a boost in attack speed and movement for both him and his wolf. And it just is going to make him, he's going to be scary. It's going to be someone, if you run up against them in the wild, you're not going to want to sit there and take the beating they could possibly put on you. If not, it's going to be an incredibly hard fight. So the Shaman, that's number one. And if we go over all the stuff he has, it's pretty awesome. So the Shaman's Q is the Shaman leaps toward a target and deals physical damage. The next 4 basic attacks debuff the enemy, reducing their armor and magic resistance for 6 seconds. This effect stacks up to 4 times, and a mark reduces enemy movement speed by 50%. And this thing right here has only got a cooldown of 8 seconds and a 5-meter range. That is incredible. Now his W, the Shaman increases theirs and the Summoned Wolf's attack speed and movement speed for 7 seconds. And that only has a 9-second cooldown, so you're literally 2 seconds off that entire time. Because it's constant. If it's a 7-second and a 9-second cooldown, I mean, come on. That's insane, guys. That's insane. Then his E, the Shaman hits a target with a lightning bolt that bounces 3 times to nearby enemies, dealing magic damage. A mark stuns an enemy for 2 seconds. That's awesome, because it's gonna just bounce to their friends. So if you do have a party jumping you, quick way to stop them. Then you've got the R, right? Summons the wolf to fight for the Shaman. Wolf's health, armor, and magic resistance equals 50% of the Shaman's attributes. Wolf deals physical damage. When summoned wolf dies, the Shaman suffers 20% of their maximum health. Then the ability goes on cooldown. So, and then recasting it, targeting an enemy makes the wolf bite the target, dealing bonus magic damage every 4 basic attack. If the wolf bites a marked enemy, the wolf restores the Shaman's health in an amount equal to the damage dealt and taunts the enemy, forcing them to attack the wolf. So remember what I said? If you taunt in PvP, it works just like PvE. So then they're stuck attacking the wolf. They can't even hit you anymore. And you're restoring Shaman's health every time it bites, if it bites a marked enemy. Targeting the Shaman makes the wolf come back to the Shaman, and targeting the wolf makes the Shaman sacrifice a portion of their own health to the wolf. So you literally can feed the wolf all of your health, need be, until you can murder from far away. It's going to be, that's going to be an incredible PvP class. Okay, then the Infiltrator, as we were talking about, that's another one of them, right? For his ultimate, his stealth crits, and potential kite with his mines. So the Infiltrator, his Q, activating this ability, the Infiltrator becomes invisible for 7 seconds and gains a bonus movement speed. The next basic attack is empowered, dealing additional physical damage and silencing an enemy. Now it's got a long cooldown, it's a 25-second cooldown, but you're going to be stealthed for 7 seconds, and you're going to be moving faster while stealthed. Just sneak up on people. And that first attack is going to be awesome, and it silences them. So if they got buffs or anything up, they're done. So then you got his W. The infiltrator throws a mine at a target location. The mine instantly detonates if an enemy is standing in the place of its landing or if they pass by within 3 meters of range for the active mine. Enemies caught in the blast rains are also stunned for 2 seconds. The mine activates with a 1 second delay upon landing and becomes invisible for the next 50 seconds. When the mine detonates, it deals magic damage in 2-meter range and slows all enemies damaged by this ability. Only 1 mine at a time can be active. So you could literally kite with the mines if you wanted to, or just trap the shit out of a group that's trying to get to your entire farming spot. Awesome, right? So there's another way they're going to work. The infiltrator throws a satchel of grenades in a target direction. All enemies in the area take magic damage. The zone created after the explosion slows enemies by 30%. So you're slowing them down again, allowing you to just wreck them if they're trying to run away. And then here we go in his R. This is incredible. The infiltrator jumps to a target area and deals physical damage to all enemy targets in the place of their landing. If the target enemy is another player's hero and their hero's health is less than 20%, the ability instantly kills them. The ability fully recharges if an enemy was killed. Like, fully recharges if it kills them. And if their health is lower than 20%, it kills them. This is going to be the absolute best PvP class in the entire game. I'm calling it right now. I'm saying it right now. Write it down. It's in stone. This is going to be the best. So then there's another one though that has the chance to compete with these guys, and that's the Destroyer for the constant ramp up and the damage and the good mobility. The Destroyer, part of the champion class. So it's Q. The Destroyer dashes to a target area, deals physical damage in an area in front of him. All enemies affected by this are slowed. So there's another slow, stopping people dead in their tracks, and that one's only got a 12 seconds cooldown, so it's not bad at all. The Destroyer, his W, throws their weapon in a target direction. It deals physical damage to all enemies in its path, so that's awesome, because you can just do damage ranged. And then his E. The Destroyer shouts and gets buffed for 10 seconds, which increases their health and attack power. Enemies within a short distance from the Destroyer get reduced armor and magic resistance. So that's going to help out a bunch, because he's going to be like a beast that can be beat on and does damage. And then his R is really similar. The Destroyer jumps to a target location and deals physical damage in place of landing. All enemies in the affected area are stunned. And that has 120 to 60 second cooldown depending. So the Destroyer is going to be incredible. The Shaman is going to be incredible. And as I already stated, the Infiltrator, it's what I'm going to be playing, is the Infiltrator. Because I think it's just going to wreck PvP. And it's going to be incredible. Now something else about PvP is that Guild Wars, and I'll get deeper into this in another video, but just like normal, you don't have to have permission to attack somebody from another guild, which I thought was cool. But we'll get into that in another video. So that's what we know about PvP right now. New video is supposed to be coming out here sometime in the middle of this month, so hopefully we get a little more to look at than the alpha gameplay footage that you guys are still seeing right here in the background. And as always, I'm Hell's First, and until next time, ta-ta.